We are live. How's it going, guys? This is Graham. I got Josh on the line here, live from the world's largest outdoor cocktail party on the ground in Jacksonville. Mr. FTMF himself. Josh, I just heard a can open. What's going on down there?
Cans are being opened. We are in the midst of a sorority and fraternity party. A little out of our element. It's been we're in this particular part. We're 70 gators, dogs, but we're having time and looking forward to the ball game. Beautiful weather. Wish you were here.
I do too, man. I do too. So what's the vibe? Is there some angst? Is there some excitement? How are people feeling this morning?
I think the dog fans are fired up, confident, and ready to watch this ball game go down. I think generally, I think people are pretty I'm pleased that Stetson's getting the start, and I'm starting to Munson a little bit. I can't lie.
Yeah.
And a little bit. I don't know why. I just think that Florida's offense can put up some points, and I think it's going to be a challenge for the defense. But you know me. I got a little UJ nihilist in me, and but it's just full on Munsoning. My stats tell me that we're the better team. What's the latest news? Have you heard anything this morning?
Anthony Richardson is reportedly going to start for Florida. So I personally think if you're a Georgia fan, you should feel good about that. What is your feeling on it?
I think that he's going to put the ball in the air more. I think he's going to challenge downfield more. And I think he's going to force more throws. So I do think that our secondary is going to get a chance to have some chance to make some plays that maybe that Emory Jones might have been a little more conservative, maybe run the ball a little more. So
sure.
I like our chance for our boy. I like our chances for our boy Chris Smith to maybe have a big impact on the game. I like the chances of Darian Kendrick being a shutdown corner, and we get Kelly more. I think some targets to Kelly Ringo. So I mean, what more could you want if you're a secondary player for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we talked about it this week. Florida's wide receivers are not great. I think they're going to struggle to challenge Georgia in man coverage on the outside. My feeling on it is that Georgia – Josh, you got a lot of background noise, buddy. Georgia will probably, I think, be able to just play their – Georgia will probably be able to play their base defense and, see what happens early and kind of adjust accordingly. I think that with Richardson, there is more potential for a big play off a broken play situation or something like that. But I also think that, there's more potential for game-crippling turnovers and 3-and-outs. He just doesn't throw intermediate routes that well unless they're a slant. And I think Georgia will sit on those slants. And I think it's possible that we see him make a couple, incredible plays to flash his potential. But it's also possible that we see a few turnovers and this thing gets out of hand quick. Josh, you still there, buddy? Yeah. You're breaking up a little bit.
Can you? I think Richardson's going to challenge, stress it a little bit, and it might be good. Maybe some plays against the best offense we're going to get the SEC championship game. I love the idea that he's going to squeeze all the backers all over the place. And not miss, possibly.
All right, sorry about that, guys. We lost Josh there. So I'll wrap this up real quick. I know most of you are probably watching noon games or at your own tailgates and parties getting ready for today, but we wanted to try and do a little something with Josh on the ground just for fun. I think that with Georgia today, I think Emory had more potential to play a big game, but I also think that Emory, probably has – I'm sorry, not a big game, but I think Emory has the potential to possess the ball, kind of do what Kentucky did, He isn't comfortable throwing big balls down the field, but he's also not super comfortable, I think making quick reads. I still think he would take care of the ball better than Richardson might. With Richardson on tape, there's a lot of plays where he gets under pressure, he panics. He's 311 with 3 interceptions under pressure so far this year. He hasn't seen anything close to this Georgia defense. I know there's the running threat, but the reality is right now Richardson is averaging 6.5 yards before contact so far this season. I think that is an indication of the competition that he's faced so far. Jones is averaging 2.5. 2.5 is pretty normal in the SEC. So I think that, he's going to meet Georgia's edge defenders. I'm sure they'll run the read option type stuff. Georgia has set edges better than anyone in the country so far this season. They've had to do it week after week with KJ Jefferson and Bo Nix. So I don't think the dual threat thing will be a surprise or really throw them off at all. It's just a question of, how is Georgia going to hold up down the field? And I think my personal opinion is they will hold up well in man coverage. They have all year. I'm sure, they can drop zone back and, give some help back there with some safeties. Sean and Smith will be able to sit and, cover 2-man type of coverages, and Georgia should be able to stop Florida's run attack with their front 7. So as long as that happens, I think Georgia's in for a really good day. I think Josh may be back in the stream. Let's see if I can add him back in here. Josh, you there?
Yeah, I am. I was hearing that breakdown from you. Yeah, I do think that our secondary is going to be well suited to this attack. I like Richardson's probably got a potential for big play, like you said, but I think our defense is going to be ready for that. So, there's no going to be outside runs on this defense. If they're going to get any runs in, it's going to be in the middle, and obviously we've shown that we can stop that all year long. Just hearing you talk, Graham, you've talked me off the ledge many times this season. So just listening to that analysis, it's got me back in the good hands of the red and black, God willing. Hey, so with Stetson starting, I saw the prop bets, a touchdown and a half for each starting quarterback. You're going to take the over and Stetson getting two TDs?
As long as everything is the way that we think it is, and he's actually going to play, the majority of the snaps, I would say so. Yeah, I think so. I think Georgia is going to feast on Florida's linebackers and coverage down the field. I think Georgia could feast on their corners too, but I think, if they can get Cook and McIntosh and Bowers and Washington matched up on their linebackers, that's going to be guys wide open all day long. So I like it. I think it's a good prop bet. If there's a prop bet for Georgia having a defensive touchdown, I would bet that too.
Oh, I didn't see that one, but I'm sure you can find that somewhere. I saw I think it was McConkey. It's over yardage was 59.5, which I like a lot. That's two. I mean, he's averaging like 2.5, 3 catches a game. So I mean, that's right there on that average. So I think he's going to get fed the ball. I think we're going to throw the ball a lot today. I still think the game plan against Georgia is to stop the run, and we've shown that when they try to put extra guys up front and stop the run, that we've got the quarterback or the quarterbacks to get it downfield.
No, 100%. I agree with you. Do you have any feeling on other games today? Is there any other games that you are interested in or have some predictions to pick for?
I haven't checked the score in the Michigan State game. I'm super interested because I've been tracking Michigan State this year. It kind of came out of nowhere, putting up very explosive offense, and I bet sort of picked them a bunch, and they've done well against the spread. I think they're going to meet their match against Michigan. I think Michigan's just one of those situations where it's just talent-wise, they can out-talent them. What's the score in that game? Do you know?
Michigan is up 7-0. Michigan State threw an interception down on the Michigan goal line the first series, and then on a 3rd and 5, Michigan hit a 95-yard pass on a slant for a touchdown.
The game I'm interested about reading about after it goes down is the Wisconsin-Iowa game, because I have no interest in watching a game that's going to have an over-under of 36. So, that's a crazy over. That's a crazy game total. It just feels like you're just getting suckered into taking that over, which is what I would. If I had $20, I'd put it on the over. But, obviously,
it's tough.
Obviously the other game in the SEC is Mississippi and Ole Miss and Auburn. And Auburn can do their thing where they come into the season lowly, unranked, and they can win out and go to the SEC championship game in true Auburn fashion. But I still think Ole Miss is the better team there, and I expect them to cover.
I actually like Auburn in that game. I think the injuries and just the body blows that Ole Miss has had the last few weeks is finally going to add up for them. I'm enjoying the Ole Miss story, and I'm really enjoying watching Matt Corral play football. So maybe kind of pulling for Ole Miss more so than Auburn, but I think that Ole Miss probably squeaks it out. I will say though that if Auburn wins that game against a top 10 Ole Miss, it does make Georgia's resume look even better.
Yep, 100%, as you like to say.
Yes, 100%.
I think our resume is fine, but it is good to see Auburn get it together and play well, because I think that speaks about, I don't really, like I said, I don't think we need resume builder as much as it just gives me that more reason to not Munson on us, and that we can play, we can play different offenses that have players and that can either stretch the field or run with the quarterback. Defense has shown that they can play against them all. So I think, I think it's good.
No, I do too. I think, it's a good day of college football today. I do like Georgia to cover the 14 against Florida. I'm also on UNC on the money line, plus 155 at Notre Dame. I've got Texas and Baylor over 61.5. I bet Auburn and the points. I got Kentucky plus at Mississippi State, Ohio State minus 16.5, Virginia plus 2.5 at BYU, and Fresno State money line plus 100 at San Diego State. So full day of fun ahead. Do you have anyone there at the tailgate with any particular wisdom or knowledge that they should impart upon us before we end this broadcast?
Well, we're tailgating at 1111 Albert Street, which is the corner of Georgia and Albert, and it's a raucous crowd here. I'm looking forward to the game, and it's beautiful weather, and I'm just glad to be down here. This is my first game since the SEC championship game against LSU. So I'm going to be stoked to I'm going to be stoked to see a game in the stadium. So come see Bug Stats and my boys we got plenty of food and some drinks, and go Dogs and FTMF.
Go Dogs, FTMF. Are there any more hats for sale, or have you unloaded all of your inventory already?
The inventory is unloaded. I have some backup emergency hats. So I would say first come, first serve.
Gotcha.
But we're gonna effort to make some blacks and some more reds next week. So
Nice.
I think they're picking up speed, and we've had fun with it, Graham. So it's been a lot of fun. And don't forget, this is part of the NIL deal with Christopher Smith. So
Indeed.
If you want to be a part of the FTMF movement and get some Chris Smith, I've got some stickers that I can give out. Just come by and see me, 1111 Albert Street. Go Dogs.
You guys heard it here, 1111 Albert Street. Go see our boy Dog Stats. Get yourself an FTMF hat. Have a beverage with him, and talk some dogs and enjoy it. Josh, it's been great catching up with you, buddy. I wish I was there with you. Have a blast today. Enjoy yourself, and we'll circle back after the game and get your report on how it all went down in the stadium.
All right, man. Go Dogs. And one more, Graham, I wanted to say congratulations to you and me both for getting 1,000 people to subscribe to us on YouTube. We thank you, each and every one of you. And also 5,000 people checked out our preview. We work hard. It's a lot of fun. The feedback is great. And that's in large part to all the work that you do, grinding this tape out and looking at this film and having fun with it. So it's been a great week, man. And I appreciate it. And it's been a lot of fun. So thanks for everything. And I know that we've had a ton of fun, and let's keep it up.
Well, hey, man, I always say there would be no show without Josh. You're the one that gets us on the air and makes us look good and cuts up all the tape and, does a lot of the the gritty stuff behind the scenes, and you bring all the stats and charts and graphics that make everything look pretty and also give a lot of, I think, perspective to anyone that watches it. And I think that's the reason why we've had, 5,000 people watch on YouTube and a couple thousand on Twitter and a bunch of people on the podcast this week. So, thank you, man. I love doing this with you. It's a blast. And again, have fun today.
All right. Enjoy the game, guys. Thanks, Graham.
Thank you. All right, guys. So that was Josh live on the ground in Jacksonville. Thanks for sitting through our little Mutual Appreciation Society meeting there. I think that Georgia is in for a big day today. I think that Georgia was going to win this game by a healthy margin, no matter who was playing quarterback. I just think that Emory Jones, there's a lot of things he doesn't do well, but he does kind of throw some of those short move the chain throws that would have allowed Florida to possess the ball, I think, a little bit longer, avoid 3-and-outs. Against Kentucky, you saw Georgia, right? They come out, and remember that Kentucky is the number 18 total defense in the country. Georgia's offense, it's a 7-point game at halftime. They come out of the half, get the kick, go up 21-7. Defense forces a 3-and-out. They come back down, field goal. It's a 17-point game. If you're down 17 against this Georgia team, you're done. This defense isn't giving up a 17-point lead. They're just not, especially not in a half. So I think for Florida today, the name of the game was kind of try to keep this thing as close as you can for as long as possible. Try to keep the ball, try to wear out Georgia's defense, try to keep Georgia's offense on the sideline, out of rhythm. And I think Emory Jones would be the better option to do that as opposed to Anthony Richardson. So, maybe Richardson's starting, that's the reports. Obviously, we won't know until we know. Maybe he starts, but they split time. I don't know. I think I'll be very fascinated to see how it goes, but I just think as talented as Richardson is, this is a really tough ask, and this is a defense that makes a lot of really good athletic quarterbacks look not that athletic and not that good. I think he'll make some great plays. I think he'll flash the potential, but I don't think he's ready yet from a read the field standpoint in the passing game. I also just, Mullen has said himself 2 weeks ago when he was interviewed by the announcers before the LSU game in their meeting, he told them that Richardson doesn't know the playbook yet. So I think that limits some things. They have had 2 weeks to get him ready, and I'm sure Mullen has some interesting scheme things up his sleeve, but I'll be interested to see how it goes. So you guys have fun today. We're a little right at about 3 hours to kick off. But enjoy the noon games, enjoy your tailgates wherever you are, and we will see you on the other side with 12 takeaways tomorrow and our film review on Tuesday. Thanks, guys.